All right, now, I'm getting ready to get this video started. I'm going to need you to hit that like button for me. We're finna talk about Joe, because Joe Biden is back. Yeah, Joe Biden is back on the scene. And I ain't gonna lie, Joe Biden don't sound real bad. And it's a little bit confusing because there could be a couple of things going on. My ear is itching, excuse me. There could be a couple of things going on. Number one, Joe could be trying to prove a point that he ain't that bad off. He could be saying, screw the media, I'm not doing bad. Number two, somebody could have slapped Joe and said, Joe, you gonna get out there, because if you don't get out there, they're gonna be able to undo everything we did with that auto pen, right? That could be what's going on as well. And finally, Joe could just be like, look, I need to stay in the public's eye, because if not, they're going to murder me. We're going to discuss all three options. Hit the like button. Let's go.
Hold on one second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Joe Biden is back. And he's the gift that just keeps on giving to the Democratic Party. He truly is. Joe Biden is back making headlines, talking about he could beat the hell out of Jake Tapper, getting up in a female Republican's face, screaming and hollering, after he's been diagnosed with cancer and everybody knows. And I'm going to tell you why I think Joe Biden is back. Because Joe ain't stupid. Joe said, if I fade out of the spotlight, they going to kill me. Yeah, think about it for a moment before I let Joe start talking, and before the Communist News Network starts defending Joe. I want you to think for a moment. Would Joe Biden possibly die if he left the public scene? I think so. Because you got to remember, the Democratic Party needs someone to hang everything they've done on. Like, imagine one of them Mr. T gold chains. You know what I'm saying? The big old gold chains, the heavy chains. That's all the dirt that the Democratic Party has done. Now, Joe did his dirt. Don't get me wrong. He is not clean. In fact, Joe pooped his pants. He said it himself. I pooped my pants. So we know he pooped his pants. The point I'm making is they did a lot of stuff as a combined group, but they need somebody to hang this on. That's why right now they're coming out with this overweight influencer talking about she gonna get men back into the Democratic Party. That's hilarious. That was so hilarious. I didn't even feel like people covering it. I don't even think it deserves my attention. I don't want them to change their mind. This is the problem I got with some of the content creators. There's sometimes your enemy's making a mistake. You don't say nothing. In fact, if we were smart, we'd be like, that's a good idea. And we'll make more suggestions of things that they can do that would destroy them. But everybody got to make their money, bada bing, bada boom. People going to do what they got to do. Me personally, I feel like that's a mistake you let them make. I'm talking about an 800-pound broad running around with 17 chins, talking about she going to attract young men. Oh, go for it. That's a fantastic idea. Phenomenal concept. That is something you should do. Yes, do it. And do it big. All right, here we go. That's that methylene blue. That methylene blue gets you kind of hype, man. That methylene blue gets you hype, man. I'm telling you. All right, let's listen to Joe.
You look good. You look good.
Well, the prognosis is good. And, we're working on everything. It's moving along. So I feel good.
Have you decided on your treatment options?
Yeah, we have. And they're underway. And all the folks are very optimistic.
And so you've started treatment?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share what exactly that entails?
Well, it's all a matter of taking a pill, one particular pill. And for the next 6 weeks and then another one. And the expectation is we're going to be able to beat this. It's not in any organ. It's my bones are strong. I hadn't penetrated, so I'm feeling good.
So I feel like everybody Sorry.
I've done it all because I'm loyal. I do it every damn year from the very beginning. I never forget where I came from. That's why.
Oh, that's creepy. Whoa, we got to rewind that. What you doing, Joe? What you doing? What she asked Joe?
My bones are strong. I hadn't penetrated, so I'm feeling good.
You got no close
I feel like everybody Sorry.
I've done it all because I'm loyal. I do it every damn year from the very beginning. I never forget where I came from. That's why.
I feel like everybody didn't know what to expect.
We got hit with the question. I'm sorry.
It's not in any organ. It's my bones are strong. I hadn't penetrated, so I'm feeling good.
I feel like everybody Sorry.
I've done it all because I'm loyal. I do it every damn year from the very beginning. I never forget where I came from. That's why.
I feel like everybody didn't know what to expect of you today, and then you get here and you're speaking powerfully. You look good. You're confident. What do you say to all those people? Don't count you out.
Well, I say lots of luck in their senior year.
What has this been like for your family? Obviously, this is also an emotional time. This is the 10-year anniversary of your son, Bo's passing. You received this diagnosis just 2 weeks before that.
Well, we're all optimistic about the diagnosis. Matter of fact, one of the leading surgeons in the world was working with me, and he had diagnosed with the same exact thing 32 years ago. He's alive and well, doing very well. So we're optimistic. We're optimistic.
And there's also been a lot of discussion recently about your mental and physical capabilities while you were in office.
You can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, and I can't walk, and I can beat the hell out of both of them.
Do you want to reply to any of those reports, and also to the fact that there are some Democrats who are now questioning whether you should have run for re-election in the first place?
Why didn't they run against me then? Because I'd have beaten them.
Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. Look,
Man, Joe Biden is a creepy old bastard, man. I'm sorry, Joe Biden is creepy, man. Why you get up in all the women's face? Because that's like me talking to you and I'd be like, watch this video. Because I can make you watch this video. The hell wrong with you, Joe? That's grapish behavior.
There's a lot going on, and I think we're in a really difficult moment, not only in American history, but in world history. I think we're at one of those inflection points in history where the decisions we make in the next little bit are going to determine what things look like for the next 20 years. I've been talking about that for a long time. And I'm very proud. I'll put my record as president against any president at all. You notice the 10 leading presidential historians rated me pretty good up on that list, and the guy I ran against, I rated him the last. So we'll see.
So you had
Watch me.
You have your grandson with you today. What's it mean to have your family here and be able to look out at him while you're talking?
It feels good. Look, that's my son Bo's son. And Bo started coming here with me.
All right, that's enough for old man talking. That's enough for old man talking. I thought he was going to embarrass him a lot more, but let's see.
Has been for 4 years being the commander-in-chief.
Let me go to the article. Let me be organized. He is back. Joe Biden starts shouting out of nowhere in first remarks since cancer diagnosis. We're not watching 4 minutes of Joe Biden. Well, let's see how he look getting out the vehicle. Is he getting out the vehicle like a cancer patient? Like a dementia patient? No, he got out. He didn't poop his pants on the way out. Okay, he did all right.
United States. The fact is that I don't think if I had come from any other state that would have happened. But in Delaware, everybody knows everybody. And it's important. It's important because, you know, we had that expression for the longest time. We do things the Delaware way. The Delaware way. Members of the House and Senate know, Democrat or Republican. They've learned to work together for the benefit of Delaware. Now remember, Tommy, we've been coming here for decades. First time I was here, I was reminded of that.
Okay, we got to come to a conclusion right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to say it. Because Joe Biden don't sound real bad right now. Now, he don't sound like he should be president. Don't get me wrong. He don't sound like I'm going to wake him up at 3 a.m. and he going to make a solid decision. He sound like if I go into his bedroom and be Mr. President, he be like, leave me the hell alone, I'm asleep. Mr. President, Russia's attacking. They've taken Los Angeles. All right, nuke them. Well, Mr. President, we can't nuke them. He don't seem like he all the way there. But clearly, Joe is on his meds. You know what I'm saying? And his meds is balanced off, and something's changed with Joe Biden. Now, I know everybody want to make fun of Joe, but I think Joe's coming back out because, number one, Joe don't want to die, and number two, Joe don't want them walking over his reputation. And finally, I think the most important thing is Joe Biden is the greatest gift to the Republican Party and conservatives there ever shall be, to keep in the forefront of the memory of all the people the crap that they did with Joe Biden. And I think it's important that Joe comes out, because now Joe kind of has a little bit of an alibi as it pertains to this auto pen issue. So in the Joe Biden camp, they may feel safe, like it's a safe time to come out and for him to show himself. Now, it doesn't behoove him to sound this way, because this works against his case for being kind of debilitated in office. If you're not debilitated in office, Joe, if you were making all the decisions, then Joe, there's a problem. Now, there's the other angle, ladies and gentlemen, that they could be rolling Joe out to try and defeat the auto pen allegations, because the auto pen allegations are the fastest way for Donald Trump to undo every executive order that was done by Joe Biden. So somebody might have said, Joe, you're going to get your behind up. You're going to go out to the public. You're going to show people that you signed those things. We're not going to undo our progress. You're going to show them that Joe Biden is the best Joe Biden there is. You're going to prove to them that the media is a lie. And it could be as simple as that Joe says, y'all attacked me, and so now I'm coming out to prove the fact that y'all wrong and throw it back in the media's face. It could be a number of issues. But here's the overarching thing for us as conservatives. Joe Biden's presence on the scene is an albatross to that party. And there's nothing they can do to get rid of Joe Biden if he keep coming out like this. And I think it's cool. They should have Joe come out. Kamala should come back out. All of them should come back out being prideful and being crazy, and watch the American people reject them over and over and over again. Because we gotten to the point to where I'm fully confident 75 to 80% of the American people are awake. We got 20% of them. I'm talking about the American people, not damn foreign people on student visas and stuff like that. The other 20% are liberal, crazy white women and their husbands who are like Ahabs and Jezebels, and then stupid college students. If you just so happen to be one of them stupid college students that happen to stumble upon this video, yes, you're stupid. You're at Harvard University, one of the most prestigious universities on the planet, and you're running around with the flag of another nation, talking about free Palestine. And if you went to Palestine, they got little bitty kids over there that are saying, after Saturday comes Sunday, and they have knives and guns, and they have vowed to kill your dumb behind, which is why I think y'all should go. I think all you should go and get a hardcore education on how the world works. The world does not work in this little stupid box that you live in. See, that's that methylene blue. I just had a methylene attack. You just witnessed a methylene attack. Yeah, a methylene attack.